Hello everybody and welcome to a Farm Sim Twitch highlight. That's right, we have a highlight from Twitch of Farm Sim, and we did this entire field of bales, but we didn't actually have an auto picker, and so I said, well, I'll load the PJ trailer. And my Twitch chat was evil, and they kept goading me to stack higher and higher. And I decided, well, here I was going to use the ramp because that just made a lot of sense. It made my life easier to stack back and forth. And so I've compressed what was about an hour-long incident down to about 15 minutes thereabouts. So this took forever, and it took a lot of patience as well. This little front loader, really not designed for this kind of stuff. And we push the front loader to the extreme. We push our truck to the extreme. The only thing we don't push to the extreme is the PJ trailer, I think. I presume that the PJ trailer would have a breaking point, but wow, do we attempt to see if it has one. And thankfully, the bale physics are better in Farm Sim 15, so we can actually do this. Still, it's gonna take forever. I'm so glad I didn't do this as part of a YouTube video without high speeding it, because wow. It made it so much easier to have the chat to yell at me about how bad my driving was or my stacking was. And we do discover that one of the downsides of Farm Sim's latest patch, the 1.2 patch, is that stuff slides, including bales that are stacked on top of each other. So we do end up having to play the game called Put the Bale Down, Unlock, and Lock. Because that was the only way to keep the bales from rolling off or sliding off of each other and falling down, which pretty much would ruin the whole attempt here. But we're going to attempt to get this entire field of bales. Now we've now stacked 8 bales on this trailer, and what you're going to want to do throughout this video is watch the truck, because that's the big thing. The truck. Here we are. I'm locking the bale on. Look at those bales. I yelled at those bales for silliness. And part of it was because the lock script, it causes things to slide. So it's really actually not the best mechanism. And there I actually locked the fork. Yeah, you get the idea. It was fun. It was fun. So we have 8 bales. We got a lot more to go. Now getting to the end here, I realized that I had somehow messed things up so I couldn't get a full bale on there. So now we start playing bale Jenga on the back of the truck. I think we're at 12 bales now? Yeah, 12 bales. So this is bale 13, lucky number 13, I think. We still got a ways to go. We still got all those bales in front of the truck. Again, the big thing is you're going to want to watch when I run up. It's going to be a quick thing. But you're going to want to look at the rear axle, the rear suspension of my poor bemused truck. It is not amused. It is an upset truck. It's not the only sad fate this truck suffers this particular night, but it's the first of many sad fates. Here you can sort of see the truck. it's pretty much on the bed right now. You can see there that the truck was definitely down on the suspension there, but we're not done yet. We're now going to test out, does the PJ trailer lock down stuff that's sitting on the folded ramps or not? Because that was a question Twitch chat said, hey, try to put stuff on the folded ramps. So we are going to try that in a bit. But first we said, well, we can make a third. It should be really easy to make a third row, right? It can't hurt the truck that badly, right? Yeah, right. At this point, our truck is in some serious straits when it comes to the rear suspension, but we can't stop. We've gone this far, so we have to finish, right? And a little bit of damage to the suspension, that's not a big deal, right? I mean, the truck will be fine. We have four-wheel drive, right? I hope so. Now here's when I decide to, well, after fixing the whole bail problem there, this is where I decide to do what Twitch chat asked, and I'm going to check if I can stack bales on the closed ramps on the back of the PJ trailer, because we're not 100% sure that they're lockable. Notice as soon as I stop, the front end lifts on this truck. I'm realizing I might have a problem, but you know, no guts, no glory, right? Right. No guts, no glory. That is seriously damaging that truck, but I mean, it's just farm sim. We're good, right? Right. Let's throw those bales on the back. The other idea was the bales on the very back of that PJ trailer would put weight behind that rear axle of the PJ trailer, and the thought was maybe, just maybe, that weight behind that rear axle would transfer the weight on the trailer properly. Notice how quickly that bale is sliding. And now it's not, so now we know that it is possible to lock bales back there, so now we're going to prove it to Twitch chat. Twitch chat didn't believe me, but there we go. Now we know that we can stack those bales back there. Now we're going to try to counterbalance the weight to get it off the front of that truck. Now we're going to try to make a bridge, sort of like Jenga bridging. That's what we're going for here. Now whether that actually works, you know, we didn't know at the time. We do now. Because it does work. I just had to be really careful with setting that bale down. Now notice it's really not helping the front of that truck at all. And here Twitch, I said, okay, Twitch chat, we're done. We got 3 rows on here. We need to take these in. And Twitch chat felt like being very evil. And Twitch chat said, there, you got those 3 rows on there. Put a 4th row on. And so I said, why not? I mean, we've already come this far. We might as well go whole hog, right? I decided to start at the back again to try to take weight off the front of the truck. We're at pretty much the limit of our tractor, so we're not going to be able to lift much more onto here. But that's a lot of bales, and that truck is starting to suffer very badly. Now, of course, the question is, can I even get that truck to drive? Stopping already lifts the front end, and those are my steering wheels, so we're in trouble if I can't figure out some way to counteract this. And here I've noticed that the bales are actually shifting while the truck is both while I'm unlocking and locking the trucks. The bales shift every single time, which is really an annoying aggravation because now I've got the concern that my bales are going to wander slowly off my trailer every time I try to lock stuff down. And I knocked that bale down, trying to be pro and push it farther on. And now it's all higgly-piggly on the forks, so I decided to just put it at the very top and be done with it, because it made me mad. Again, it's still towards the back over the trailer wheel, so my hope is that will help the situation. And now we're down to the very end of this loading escapade. We got just a few bales left. And now comes the genius moment I have after that bale goes all ghosty and weird, which is just another farm sim bug. Now I know I need to get some weight on those front tires, so what do? Well, why not put a bale on the front of the truck? What could possibly go wrong with this particular scenario? It's farm sim after all, right? Haha, look at that. As long as I was very, very careful, I wouldn't lose the bale off the front, and it put enough weight on the front of that truck that we're able to make it all the way. Oh yeah, tire field, one poor beat up truck.